So we will read the translation of this beautiful bhajan. It's from Bhakti Yoga Thakur. We can read one paragraph after. I start with the first. O Venerable Vaishnav Thakur, O Ocean of Mercy, be merciful to me, your servant, and purify me by the shade of your lotus feet. Your feet I humbly hold.
Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kinds of holy association.
I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtan of holy name of Hare. Please bless me by giving me just one drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna.
Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me, for such is your power. I am indeed wretched and simply run after you, crying, Krishna, Krishna. Bhakti Thakur ki jai.
I have just one question. For the song, they say it's from Sharanagati.
Yeah, this is a songbook of Bhakti Thakur.
Okay, it's the name of
There's
of the books.
Many songs, they are assembled under the name of Sharanagati, would mean taking shelter. So you see how this song is connected with the idea of taking shelter. So today we can meditate what Srila Prabhupada brought to us in our life and how we can take more and more shelter in his lotus feet, and how we are indebted life after life for what Srila Prabhupada did. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Beautiful girl. Shri Nitaï Sutta ki jai, Shri Jagat Subhadra ki jai, Shri Radha Parisisvara ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I will start by chanting the invocation we chant usually. Today we will meditate on the life of Srila Prabhupada. So there is 2 Bhagavat. There is a book Bhagavat and there is a person Bhagavat. Usually we are serving the book Bhagavat in the morning. Today we will serve the person Bhagavat by meditating on Srila Prabhupada. And actually the book Bhagavat and the person Bhagavat are the same, because the person Bhagavat is incarnating in his life the book Bhagavat. So by meditating on Srila Prabhupada, what Srila Prabhupada did, we are, it's like studying the book Bhagavat. So we will chant the invocation. Om Ajnana Timinandasya Gyananjara Sharakaya Chakshurmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manu Vishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Radita Shri Vishakam Vitam Sa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinavandhu Jagatpate Bhuvisha Bhupika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyamevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prasharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vaskatya Dishatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I read the translation. I offer my respectful obeisance unto my spiritual master who has opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance, with the torchlight of knowledge. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada was established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and of all the other preceptors on the path of devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisance unto all the Vaishnav and unto the six Goswami, including Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and their associates. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all his devotees, headed by Srivas Thakur. I then offer my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis, headed by Lalita and Vishaka. Okay. So I'm not qualified to speak on Srila Prabhupada, and I'm just doing because it's really important to remember Srila Prabhupada. And I don't know Prabhupada because I never met him, but we can know him through his book, through his disciple, and through what he established in this world. So for us, all of us, this is how we can know Prabhupada. It is said, I heard a class yesterday of Shivaram Maharaj, who was explaining that Prabhupada is eternally living between his books, in his murti, and in his mission. So this is what we should never give up. We should never give up his book, his mission, his deities, or also his instruction, and his instruction. So we should never give up this. So just today we will do in two parts for remembering Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada taught us two things. He taught us how to live and how to live the body. Two things. So this is what he came to teach to us, to live properly and to after keep his body properly. And he did it like an acharya. He didn't just give instruction, he gave instruction, but he did it also. And we see how he was preaching the mission of Lord Chaitanya, and how at the end of life he was always absorbed in the holy name for going back to Godhead and living eternally in the spiritual world. So we will start by thinking how he taught us how to live, and we can also share, all of us. If we have some experience, we'll be more interactive. If we have some experience and something that really change our life, we can share and try to all together remember Srila Prabhupada. So I will start with how he, what is his mission actually, what is his mission and how he was empowered by Lord Chaitanya. So we see that Srila Prabhupada first was serving he was like a follower of Gandhi, and he was trying to bring peace and to bring independence to India against the English who was controlling India. And he was in this mission, he was trying to serve this mission of Gandhi to make India free. And later on in his life, he met his spiritual master, and this was a real revolution when he met his spiritual master, who the first time he saw him, this one of his friends who said, you can come to see Bhaktisiddhanta is here on the roof, you can come to see him and offer, meet him and have the darshan of our spiritual master. So he went to see Bhaktisiddhanta, and Bhaktisiddhanta said him, why you are intelligent man, intelligent young man, you are speaking English, why you are not going to England, to America, America and preach the cult of Lord Chaitanya? And Srila Prabhupada was astonished that the first time that he met this guru, he asked him directly to go and preach the mission of Lord Chaitanya. And he said that you can read that he was remembering how in his father often some sadhu was coming, and he never saw a real sadhu, he was thinking, because this sadhu was never so dedicated to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he heard this of Bhaktisiddhanta, he knew that he met his spiritual master, and this was a real sadhu, not a false sadhu. So the first time he said that he accepted this instruction in his heart, and this was his life after. And you see during all his life, all the Lilamrita, when you read Lilamrita, this is all about this preaching the cult of Lord Chaitanya. And he was always remembering the instruction of Bhaktisiddhanta. So this is how we can know what is the mission of Srila Prabhupada and how we can know him today, is by dedicating our life to this mission, to preach the cult of Lord Chaitanya, to preach the cult of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So he took this instruction on heart, and after we know his life, where he was still married, so we learned that he was thinking always very humble. Srila Prabhupada was always humble. He never think I'm qualified, and this is his real qualification. Our real qualification is to know that we are not qualified, but that our only qualification is to take shelter in the Guru and the Parampara system. This is how Srila Prabhupada was empowered in all his life. And whenever he had some success in preaching Lord Chaitanya movement, he always said, this is Bhaktisiddhanta, this is not me, I'm just serving the instruction of my Guru Maharaj, and he gave me all the Shakti for doing it. So this is how Srila Prabhupada was dedicated to his spiritual master. And sometimes there was some of his god brother who was brahmachari or sannyasi, and he was saying, but you are brahmachari, you are sannyasi, you are more advanced than me. But actually he was still Grihastha, and he was saying, I'm just a Grihastha, what can I do? But even if at this time he was Grihastha, because he accepted the instruction of the spiritual master in his heart, this is why he was able to do the mission. So in the same way, what is important is not to stay all our life brahmachari or to take sannyas or to be grihastha, but it's to take in our heart the instruction of the spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada instruction. And after we know in his pastime, later he took sannyas and he went to America, and he went to America in this Jayadutta with only this book. He took a set of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. He took many of these first canto. I don't know how many he had when he left, but he took this with him with the idea that this book can bring the revolution in the heart of all these people we read this morning in this beautiful poem, who was under the influence of passion and ignorance. He was thinking, how I can do that? I don't have any power to make them understand this message of Vasudeva. I cannot bring them anything. And in the same time, so all his life was under the instruction of his spiritual master and the instruction of Krishna, how they are given in the Bhagavad Gita. And we see that Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chanidhyam evam yoveti tatvata tyagdva dhyampuna janmam netimam eti so Arjuna. This one who can understand that my birth, my activity, my form are all transcendental. This one will not have to take birth again, will be free of the cycle of birth and death. So Prabhupada took this instruction also by heart. He took at heart, and he wanted to make us understand that Krishna is not as us, is not living a conditioned soul like us, but Krishna is God. And for that, he brought this Srimad Bhagavatam, and he translated also Bhagavad Gita and gave us Bhagavad Gita. And during all his preaching, he was always insisting on the importance of reading Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. By these two books, we can make our life perfect. And Srimad Bhagavatam, there is many verses who explain that is the incarnation of Krishna in this age of Kali and brings the light to all these fallen souls. Svadharma, I don't remember when I'm on the altar, I forget sorry. Krishna Svadharma Pagate, Dharma Gyana Didi Saha, Kalo Nashta Visham Esha, Puranarko Duno Ditaha. So Srimad Bhagavatam Sutta Goswami explained that he is the incarnation, literal incarnation of Krishna, and this incarnation will give the light to all the fallen souls of this age of Kali, by which they can know Krishna. And also in this poem we saw that Prabhupada was quoting all this series of verses, Srinvatam, Swakata, Krishna, Punya, Shravanam, Kirtanam. There is all a series of verses, and this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam explain how we can become free of passion and ignorance, and how we can scientifically know Krishna, and how we will become free of the chain of karma, and we will understand who we are in relation with Krishna. So this is all the mission of Prabhupada. Bring this to all ourselves who are fallen in this Kali Yoga and who are under the mode of passion and ignorance. Prabhupada brought us this message and brought us how to understand this message. So this is his life, and when he arrived to America, he started to preach the message of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And when we study his life, we know that at first he was asked by one yogi teacher, his name I forgot, Dr. Mishra. And this Dr. Mishra, he was an impersonalist, yogi impersonalist. And Prabhupada was taking whatever opportunity he had to preach. So if Krishna gave me only that, okay, I will do with that. And he was staying in his house and he was cooking for him. He was cooking for him because he was too busy with his work, so he was cooking for him. But whenever there was a class of yoga or anything, he never let him speaking. So he was very frustrated with this because he sees so many opportunities to preach, but he could not because he didn't let him. So later on, he tried to find something where he can preach, and this is after the much less gift, the first temple that he had in America. And last week, Janda Goswami was there, and he visited this place. So in the same way, we can, in our life, always try to preach the message of Bhagavat. And we see that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna first teach this practice of yoga. And what is that? Oh, we should make him listen the message of Bhagavat.
Il est là tous les jours.
C'est un pur dévot. Il va aller faire un petit tour dehors. Il connaît bien l'entrée. So in some way we should always try to preach this message without transforming this message. This is what Srila Prabhupada did, and this is what also he wants that we do. We not transform, but we share pure devotional service. He never preached some karma Mishra Bhakti or jnana Mishra Bhakti. He was preaching only pure Bhakti Yoga, pure devotional service. And we see in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna started by this process of Karma Yoga, the 6th chapter, with Karma Yoga and Dhyana Yoga and all this practice of yoga that we see are really now in our country. Many people practice this yoga. And we can see that it's a way also maybe to come one day to Bhakti Yoga, as Krishna taught in the Bhagavad Gita. But Prabhupada never wanted to teach this yoga, he wanted to teach pure devotional service. This is why when Dr. Mishra was doing his yoga class, he wanted to preach this, but he could not, so he was really frustrated, you can imagine. Maybe also in our life, we came from this yoga and this Dhyana Yoga or Hatha Yoga or all this yoga. But now we have to understand that we should understand what Srila Prabhupada preached and what he preached under the teaching of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Our goal is to now take pure devotional service in our life and to make our goal. Maybe we are not pure now, but our goal should never be to be a karma Mishra Bhakti or jnana Mishra Bhakti, but to be a pure Bhakti yogi, as Prabhupada taught us. And if we follow sincerely, as Prabhupada did with the instruction of Bhaktisiddhanta, in the same way we can realize what is Bhakti Yoga, pure Bhakti Yoga. And the message, we see that Prabhupada was really insisting on this Srimad Bhagavatam. During all his preaching and all his mission, he was always preaching Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is because this Srimad Bhagavatam can bring a revolution in our heart. This is how we can know Krishna. And he said that his mission was based on the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is 1.5.11, if you want to put on. It's Narada Muni who instruct Vyasadeva about the Srimad Bhagavatam. And this verse is read like this. Tadvag visargo janataga vipravo yasmin pratishlokam abhadavati hapi namani anantasya yashun kitaniya shrinvanti gayanti girinanti sadavaha. On the other hand, that literature which is full of description of the transcendental glories of the name, fames, form, pastime, etc. of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words, directed toward bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literature, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are truthfully honest. So we should try to be really honest and to take shelter in this message, who is full of the description of the name, form, activity of the Lord. And this will bring a revolution in our life. And this revolution, Janda Goswami, I heard many classes who explained that this revolution is to come back to our eternal nature. A revolution is you do a round like this and you come back. So we did a big round in this material world, this samsara, try many things to be happy and always fail. So now we have to come back to the initiate point, and this initial point is this glorification of the Lord, this constitution to be Mame Vamcho Jiva Loke, an eternal part and parcel of the Lord. And this is what we can realize by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, to realize that we are eternal part and parcel of the Lord and eternal servant of the Lord. And this is what Srila Prabhupada did in his life, because he had many opportunities to enjoy maybe materially, but he surrendered everything to surrender unto this activity, to always glorify the name, form, activity and the Lord, and to take shelter in the lotus feet of the Lord. And by this attitude to take shelter in the lotus feet of the Lord, we will become free of all the attraction for any material pleasure or any material shelter. We think we will be secure in this material world. So this is why he created this institution, to give us the opportunity to discuss the name, pastime, and activity of the Lord. And the first canto actually is the lotus feet of the Lord. And this is why he said that only by this first canto you can go back to Godhead. So it's just by taking shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna seriously, we can go back to Godhead. Because this first canto is explaining how important is Srimad Bhagavatam, how to have the love for Krishna through the example of the Pandava who left their body after the departure of Krishna, and how Parikshit Maharaj took shelter into the Krishna Katha with Shukadev Goswami. And also we see in this first canto that it tells how we can live the body perfectly by the example of Parikshit Maharaj, So through this first canto you can learn how to take shelter, you can learn where to take shelter in the feet of the Lord who are manifest in the Srimad Bhagavatam, how to develop love into the Supreme Lord, and how to leave the body at the end of the life. And you see in the example of Srila Prabhupada, he did exactly what is described in this first canto. And this is why he came with this first canto to America. And he know that by this we can be saved. So we should take a lot of time to study this first canto. And we should always be conscious that this message can change our heart and bring us to our eternal position. And we cannot maybe know Prabhupada, we can know him and his mission through his disciple. And we see in the example of Janda Goswami, he came to France and there was no Srimad Bhagavatam in French when he came. And very quickly he tried to translate in French. When I arrived, there was no Srimad Bhagavatam in French when I started to join the temple. But Maharaj, he did this. He did the same actually than Srila Prabhupada. He came and tried to give us Srimad Bhagavatam. And what he did, he tried to push the Sankirtan movement, so to glorify the Lord and to preach the message of the Lord. So we can really see that he is under the mission of Srila Prabhupada, and he helps us to understand what is the mission of Srila Prabhupada, because we don't met him, so we didn't met directly Prabhupada. We can at least meet his disciple who show us how to live in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada and his disciple. So this is what Srila Prabhupada came to instruct us in our life. And in Bhagavad Gita you see that Krishna explained that the thought at the time of death will determine your next life. So if our thoughts are always oriented toward this preaching and this glorifying the name, form and quality of the Lord, at the time of death we will meditate on this and we will just go back to Govardhan. So we are young devotee for us in this room. So I think this is what we should meditate in our life, how to dedicate our life to always glorify the name and pastime of the Lord, and how to preach this toward all the living entity that we meet. And also Prabhupada, to give us this shelter, he gave us also the temple. And this temple he explained in the Upadeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction. He explained us that these temples are here to give us the opportunity to associate with other devotees. And through this association to hear about the glorification of the Lord, to glorify the Lord, and to go back to God by this association. So this is why he created this temple, to give us this opportunity to listen about the Lord. So if we live in the temple, but we don't take this time to listen about the Lord, we miss a little bit the point. So we should really focus in our life to always try to dedicate this life in the temple, not just to be action man, but to be meditating on listening the pastime of the Lord, to meditate on this pastime. And in Srimad Bhagavatam there is 10 topics, and one of the topic is the pastime and the activity of the Lord. And actually you see during all the different cantos, this this topic is always there. Other topics come sometimes and are not always in all the cantos. But the pastimes of the Lord are always here from the beginning to the end. So should be our meditation, to always remember this pastime, always try to meditate on this pastime, and to preach this to others. And this is the goal of the temple, the deities, the prasadam. All this is just to give us the opportunity to listen and remember the quality, the pastime of the Lord. And if we have this Nayan Smriti at the end of the life, we can go back to Govardhan. And just to finish on, I really did short because I don't know also all the pastime of Srila Prabhupada. But Srila Prabhupada at the end of the life, he really followed how Parikshit Maharaj taught how to leave the body. And at the end, during all his life, he preached the message of Vasudeva. And at the end of his life, he just asked forgiveness to all the devotees around him, as Parikshit Maharaj did at the end of his life. So for us who are young, maybe we leave the body tomorrow, I don't know, but probably we will live later. So our focus should be, for now, not just to be in Vrindavan and meditating on the pastime of the Lord, but to use our energy in the service of the Lord by preaching this message. And by preaching, so the book Bhagavat and the person Bhagavat, this will clean our heart, and at the end of life we can only meditate on this pastime without disturbance. So this is what I could say on Srila Prabhupada, and this what marked my life. And just last thing I want to share, I was in my family for a few days, and when you go away from the association of devotee, you realize how important is it, and how without the association of devotee you cannot really remember the Lord, and how we are dependent on this association. So we should really be careful in the association of Vaishnav to always take shelter, always try to serve the devotee, and this will help us in our preaching and our activity in our life to understand Srila Prabhupada. Maybe we can share, all of you can share some experience you had with the mission of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada, if you want to share something. Yes.
No, just I wanted to say, if you have time, or if you can just read a song that you mentioned also one sloka, and the song was written by Prabhupada when he was just went to America. The name of the song is bhagwatam, and if you read this, you will really understand what was his mood. He already met Krishna 2 times, because when he get heart attack, and in the dream Krishna already came to him, and he already met him, but his mood was really Trinanda period.
This morning we read the translation of this song, and it was very inspiring. When I was dressing Dayal Nitaï, I was listening. It's very inspiring to understand Prabhupada. I think he don't have any qualification. Give all the credit to his spiritual master and Krishna. This is what we should learn to do. We are here to learn this. In our material life, we learn how we can become strong, how we can become rich, how we can all this, but at the end, all this will go away and we will become really weak. So better to be strong, faithful devotee into the word of our spiritual master and the word of Krishna. Yashmati, you want to?
Yeah, I really I want to emphasize the point that you made about imbibing Srila Prabhupada's mission and executing it by seeing it also in the spiritual masters like Janananda Goswami Maharaj or Kadamba Swami, who imbibed the mission of Srila Prabhupada by distributing his books or by following his footsteps. And it is always also to see in front of our eyes that death is inevitable and that we have to face death. As a practical reminder is the final lesson that Prabhupada gave. And there's a very, very nice documentary that we might be able to also show or see ourselves to remember how Prabhupada left the body was just completely perfect. And that is something that we can always remember through the footage and the disciples that are there.
And this beautiful document was made by Jada, and this is a very beautiful film, really touching to the heart to see it. I think this disciple was very touched. Maybe we cannot have this emotion of viparamba, separation, because we never really met Srila Prabhupada. But we can see by his disciple who was crying and being really affected by the departure of Srila Prabhupada, we can also experiment this emotion toward Prabhupada. And this film we see it and it's very touching.
Just one thing, so I don't know if you already know about it. There is serial Abhaycharan, I don't know if you know about it. You can find on YouTube. It's Abhaycharan.
Okay.
So you'll find out of the life of Prabhupada. It's made by Bhakti Swami. There is a film, long film. If you like to see the serial film, you can see. You'll find out of the details.
The name is
Abhaycharan.
Abhaycharan.
It's in English.
You'll find English, Hindi, and Bengali. Sounds like a movie, right? It's like it's not direct a movie. In a movie, it's only 2 or 3 hours, but it's a serial. There's several parts.
He really touched, Prabhupada touched the heart of people. I remember in Sankirtan, last year, I met one man who said me that he met Srila Prabhupada and he was very touched by meeting Srila Prabhupada. But after so the person really touched him, so Prabhupada touched him. And later, when Prabhupada left, he lost also his face because there was no Prabhupada anymore for him because he didn't took shelter when he was there. So for us to take shelter is to take shelter in this mission and his disciples to understand it. So, for example, Bhakti Swami made this for we can take shelter in Srila Prabhupada through this film, understanding and imbibe this mission in our life.
I brought also with me, because we still didn't use it, but when Yadubara came, Yadubara Prabhu,
Okay.
His life, he made some pictures, some films, videos of Srila Prabhupada, which are not promoted on a large scale, but you can see that one of his disciples are trying to just give everything they can about the life of Srila Prabhupada to inspire us. They really cherish the treasure of Srila Prabhupada's instructions. And even some pictures are like instructions also. And it's true that by imbibing and trying to dedicate our life to the mission, and by associating with those who follow sincerely, his disciples especially, we can really get Prabhupada association. And I have two things that came to my mind when you were talking, discussing. The first one is that when you're actually engaging in book distribution, at least I have strong memories of trying to distribute books and feeling like Prabhupada is with us. Actually, he's helping us, he's doing it. He's bringing people so that we just have to give the hand the book, and he helps us to find the words to this or that person. And if we have this constant meditation, please Prabhupada, we want to help. We are not qualified to reach, to stop people, to talk them nicely, to make them inspired to take the book, but still we can see that they are taking, if we rely on Srila Prabhupada, not on our capacities, material capacities. And my strongest moment of association with Srila Prabhupada was during the book marathon, because it's a prolonged engagement, commitment in Srila Prabhupada's mission, and you feel how Prabhupada really favored so much this aspect of sharing this knowledge. And the second thing is regarding associating with those who are very close with Srila Prabhupada. The spiritual master of Vasumati Manjari, Chaitanya Chanacharya Maharaj, last year or 2 years ago we went to the Guru Ashram, to his place in Kazakhstan, and there was some event connected with Srila Prabhupada. I unfortunately don't remember which one, but we could feel like it's like he was a disciple also, even though he never met him. You could feel that he's like a member of the family of Srila Prabhupada. It's hard to explain, but it is what when he was speaking about Prabhupada, it's like how it felt. And this is, of course, because he's fully absorbed in his mission, spreading the message of Godhead, inspiring many people to start Krishna consciousness, and just being next to him, you just feel so much great gratitude towards Srila Prabhupada. And definitely associating with devotees who follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada is much beneficial for us, our consciousness. Just interesting that came to me.
The Prabhupada is there he used to say, I'm not a magician. It's not that you took shelter, you take initiation and okay, now you get like electric shock, he's saying. No, you have to imbibe this mission. Otherwise, I just came to give you how to live, not just you get the shock and after you are liberated. No, you have to live it. This is how someone who live it is associated with Srila Prabhupada. And this song, Yeah Nilo, is from Narottam Das Thakur, and we see in this song, and we see this time, it's really amazing because the Narottam Das Thakur never met also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he received a prema in passing this Padma river, and Lord Chaitanya he met him in this way. So the importance is not like Vapu, it's always this Vani. We have to understand this, and we can meet Prabhupada now. Prabhupada is still living nowadays into his book, into his deity, into his mission, into his instruction, and for sure book distribution is service really dear to him, and it's a really good way to meet Srila Prabhupada.
Mhm.
This service is service to Bhagavat book and Bhagavat the person. So we have the full mercy by doing this service.
And when you see how much time Prabhupada dedicated to translate these books, you know, if you would, you know, remember that every day, how long it took, I'm pretty sure we would read more and more, we'd be more absorbed in that. And I was trying to think, but how to go deeper in our reading, to really grasp the message and grasp the mood of Srila Prabhupada, because actually, how in following Prabhupada's instruction, it's not only, okay, chant 16 rounds, do the 4 regulative principles. Sometimes in our life, or most of the time, we are bewildered. Okay, what should I do? I should do deity worship, I should distribute books, I should cook, I should do this, do that. Because actually we lose the intention, you know, behind this thing.
Yeah.
We tend to forget this. And so that's why it's so important also to be close to his disciples, to senior devotee, and to those who absorbed in the mission, because we might not understand the intention of Srila Prabhupada. You know, there are so many, for instance, controversial topics like Varnashram. Some say we should go now, some say no, it's not the moment, you know. And so we can be bewildered because we lose what is the intention, what is the priority in this or that context. So
Yes, this age is so bewildering.
yeah.
But in same time is even the demigod want to come on earth in Kali Yoga because there is this mercy of the holy name. So we should not look at what is bewildering in this age, but we should look at what is a mercy we receive through the holy name, through Srila Prabhupada, through the Bhagavad book, and this we can. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the age of Kali is really dangerous for this one who don't have knowledge. But this person who have knowledge, Kali Yoga don't have any power on them. So, yeah, we can be bewildered, but if we stay fixed on this holy name and the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can continue to serve Srila Prabhupada and the mission, never fall from this. Anything you want to share?
I have a question.
You have a question?
Not about, I heard that when Maharaj came here in France 8 years ago, Maharaj, Janand Maharaj, he came in France 8 years ago. No,
I'm not sure about that. Actually, before it was Bhakti Swami was really involved in French yatra, and after Maharaj took the relay, I think it's more than 8 years ago, because I joined the temple in New Mayapur 10 years ago, and before that he initiated Ram Gopal, and was maybe 1 year ago. We can say that he first started in France around 12 years ago. And he translated in the reedited, he didn't translate, he reedited Srimad Bhagavatam 2 or 3 years ago, something like this.
you can tell us maybe more. You had known Maharaj for long, you met him before us. So how was your experience when you first met with Maharaj, and how he inspired you?
Srila Prabhupada saved me, I can say, because I read Srila Prabhupada books, and when I read Bhagavad Gita, I was thinking I should do whatever Srila Prabhupada say in his book. And I did. This is my spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada is my spiritual master. Whatever he say, I do. So I did it. And after, I was thinking, okay, it's good, but now I would like to meet my spiritual master, because he say I should take shelter in spiritual master. So my thought and my meditation was, the first disciple of Prabhupada I met, I asked him to be my spiritual master. And this was Janda Goswami. So this is the first meeting with Janda Goswami, was 10 years ago in New Mayapur. And even more, I don't know. And when I met him, I asked him, because I was determined. The first I met, I asked him to be my spiritual master. So I asked him. Probably he's crazy. So he said me, okay, it'll be patient, we'll give you a session. So by the mercy of Janda Goswami, now I understand that I should become more patient. It's good to be eager for Krishna and eager for serving Srila Prabhupada, but also we should always remember that first is our health, after sadhana and service. So sometimes if there is something we should learn from. This is why the spiritual master is here. I was fanatic with Prabhupada, and that's all. There was only that. But Maharaj now tried, by his mercy, I can understand more what Prabhupada wants we do. So he brings me a little bit of to be less fanatic with Prabhupada, to be more patient, to try. But yeah, Prabhupada, I took shelter of Prabhupada. This way, he brought me to Janda Goswami. Prabhupada brought me to Janda Goswami, and Janda Goswami now bring me to Prabhupada. This is the transcendental play between them. But beginning was really, he just tried to reestablish Prabhupada. This is, I can see that in his mission in the French Yatra, he tried to bring back Srila Prabhupada. And one very important point, in France there was so many conflict, the Gaudiya Math and all this, so many conflict. But one thing that Janda Goswami taught me, to never fight between all this, because this is all for Krishna. You took shelter of Prabhupada, so now you know that Srila Prabhupada will be the person who will bring you to Krishna. But this is not the reason that you should say, oh, these Gaudiya Math are not good. Or he always, because there was so many fights before he come, but he never insisted on this fight and this politics, because he always tried to bring us to Krishna consciousness, not this politics between this group or this group. And Prabhupada didn't want, he was very respectful toward his God brother. And at the end of life, if we read this night Dayal Nitaï, we will see that Prabhupada, when the God brother was coming, he was asking for forgiveness for his offenses and asked them to give him his mercy. He was begging for the mercy of his God brother. So he never thought that he was superior to his God brother. So never thought like this. So he always put his spiritual master. So for us who are next generation, we should not cultivate this politic between ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and all this, but we should cultivate Krishna consciousness. We are here for that. And we know that we took Chaitanya Prabhupada. This is what we should keep our heart and our mind. And Prabhupada will bring us to the lotus feet of Krishna if we don't fight between us. So Maharaj was very strong on this, to bring peace between all the group and to put Prabhupada in the center and to bring the Sankirtan movement in France. So this is what I saw from Jean Goswami in these few years. Always this meditation was that.
This unity in diversity.
Yeah. If we cannot even work together, and well, one of the very important final lesson of Prabhupada, if you want to love me, cooperate. So we should learn to cooperate between us, between Bengali, Russian, and Nepalese, sorry, and Russian. Sorry, I don't remember.
The Germans, yes.
German, between German, and all we should cooperate, and we will please Prabhupada in the diversity. But this meditation on the lotus feet of Krishna and Prabhupada. Thank you very much, and please help me to stay at the lotus feet of Prabhupada and meditate on the mission of Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vaishnav Sangha, Vaishnav Seva ki jai.
Dayal Nitaï Prabhu ki
Yeah.
darshan of Srila Prabhupada. Shri Nitaï Sachinandan ki jai. Radha Parisisvara ki jai. Shri Jagannath Maharani Sudarshan Chakra Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai.